All right, what's going on, everyone? I wanted to make this video because it's something I've been feeling a lot lately. And I know it affects a lot of people out there, whether you're creating content, you're working your 9 to 5, if that's content, if that's working for another company. And it's self doubt or imposter syndrome, whatever you want to call it, really. It's just something that affects you that makes you feel like you're not capable of doing things, that you're not good enough to put stuff out there, that you don't deserve to be where you are or to be doing the things that you want to do. And I'll be honest, I'm feeling it a lot right now. So I've had this happen multiple times where I started getting into the groove of either streaming or making videos, and something kind of just slows me down. And what I mean by that is either I become fatigued from being too involved with the process, or I let one slip up mess up my whole mentality and my creative process, or me feeling like I'm doing a good job in my mind. And it sucks because it ruins the entire flow of creating a piece of content, whether that's planning out a live stream, making sure everything's good to go and actually streaming, or planning out a video, planning the B-roll, the A-roll, the locations, what you're going to use to film, when to edit, how to edit, if you want to use certain things during your edit, and when to export, upload, publish, and whether you should publish at all. There's been a few videos in the past where I made them, I filmed them, I imported them into Premiere or Final Cut, and I just deleted the projects. And it's hard because as someone who's trying to be creative, trying to do things that they want to do, it brings you down. And it sucks because, as someone who's working from home and, having someone to motivate me regularly is not something I thought I would ever need. But I feel like the more and more I try to push myself to do these things on top of working my 9 to 5, it just becomes a little more, I guess it brings out the imposter syndrome even more. And I've gotten over this in the past, and I've done things in the past to just push forward, but now it's like I'm hitting a wall again, and it's hard. So I think the way I structure things is a good temporary solution for me getting back into it, but then eventually it crumbles. And it's hard to figure out a plan going forward because I like to be organized, but I think I'm being a little too organized. And I'm not the type of person that is spontaneous. I don't like that at all. I'm not a spontaneous person. I don't just like doing things without planning them. So it's a little difficult for me to find a balance between wanting to properly plan stuff without going overboard and just doing things on the fly and saying, hey, I'm going to film something, or I'm just going to stream right now. It's difficult. So, with me coming back to streaming and making videos consistently, I was putting a little too much pressure on myself on top of my 9 to 5 to get a certain amount of work done and do it on a consistent schedule that's almost the same every week. And that's impossible for me. So I think going forward, I will stream a few times a week in terms of like making a goal of streaming up to 3 days a week, but those days are going to be different every week. And I was trying to do 2 video uploads a week, but that's impossible because some of the videos that I want to do that I'm in the process of planning out right now will take way more time to fully flesh out the planning, the B-roll locations, what I want to use in terms of editing and stuff like that. So it's a little more involved. Actually, it's a lot more involved than shooting regular talking head videos like this. So I'm going to need more time for certain types of videos. And I think treating those as just, hey, you need to film a video is not the way to do it. So going forward, I think the process should be, at least for me, I'm just speaking this out loud because I need to, and I hope that this will help other people in the future, but there should be a process for one type of video versus another type of video. And I know a lot of people do this already, but saying it out loud and just putting it out there makes me more confident in my ability to actually do it. So these type of videos, these talking head videos, the video I'm recording right now, these are the easiest type of videos for me to make in terms of time to film, location planning, editing, and uploading. So these are the easiest videos for me to film. Something like a product review or a course, or something that involves more than just me talking to the camera for a few minutes, needs a different approach and a different process. So those are going to end up being longer term projects instead of me trying to just create a plan that is one size fits all. So yeah, I think that's the plan going forward in terms of the video stuff and the streaming stuff. And I know this video seems kind of weird, but I needed to say it out loud, like I said, and kind of like just express how I'm feeling about certain things, and what's going on in my head when it comes to creating content or live streaming. And a lot of things are in process right now in terms of my creative side. Oh, I can't even talk. In terms of my creative side, and I'm still working, obviously. Very fortunate to still be working, and working with a great team, and very excited about the future of this company. And who knows, maybe one day I'll become a full-time employee. But for right now, I'm happy. I'm good. And everything outside of work and my creative stuff is going well right now. Tanzania and I are in the process of planning a whole bunch of stuff to kind of get back on track with some things. And I think we have a good plan going forward. It's not perfect, but I think it'll get the job done and make it easier for us to maintain things going forward. So there's also some other stuff that we're planning together, very long-term stuff that we want to do. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with cats. Because obviously with us having Goten and Trunks and our other cat, Barry, who's, 1 year anniversary of us having to say goodbye to him is coming up. It's important for us to express how much we love our cats and do things that would benefit not only them, but other cats in the future. So we're planning something really big going forward. And, with our cat Barry's birthday also coming up, it's going to be a rough time. Just thinking about him, missing him, which is, going to be an ongoing thing. Because we miss him all the time. But I think celebrating his life is something that we need to do, and not just thinking about all of the bad things and the stress and everything that came with, his final months with us. It's just trying to make a good moment out of celebrating, the time we had with him and the time that he had with Goten. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but we're going to do what we can to celebrate Barry's life and love Goten and Trunks as much, obviously, and love each other as much, and take care of things. This is a big year for me as a creative, me in terms of my career, and Tanzania in terms of her career and what she wants to do going forward. We're planning some big changes. We're planning some really big growth paths for ourselves. And I'm very excited for this year and everything we have planned and the things we want to do. But something like this video is something that I had to put out there because I need people to understand that things are not easy. Even if you have the equipment to do something, you have all the tools, you may not be fully there and be strong enough mentally to get through certain things. And sometimes it's going to be tough. Sometimes it's going to be very difficult. And you have to understand that you are human and you have to take things one day at a time. I think it took me a long time to realize that, even after having dealt with the layoff from my previous job, the loss of Barry, and trying to create content multiple times as well as stream. Things take time. Some things you may not get over, but you have to adjust. Some things you may get over, you may understand, you may have a better process in place for, but again, it's going to take time, it's going to take patience, it's going to take some tweaking. So, yeah, man, this was like therapeutic for me, but I'm glad I made this video because it's something that I needed to just share. It's not easy doing things when you feel like you're not good at doing those things. And to anyone who is out here trying to do something and you feel like you're not good at it, you're not alone, and the best thing you could do is take a step back, look at the overall plan. And if you need to make adjustments, then you make adjustments. But one thing you just cannot do is ever give up. You cannot give up. You just have to keep pushing. You may have to push a little bit harder at times or a little bit lighter at times. And, the end goal should be to just get the thing done or try your best. So, yeah, I think that's the overall message, is just never give up. Because I'm sure there's people out there that believe in you, that know you're capable of doing the things you're doing or trying to do. And you just have to find a way to make that happen. Again, whether that's changing the plan, changing the process, whatever it may be, make the tweaks, move faster or slower if you need to, and get it done. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I wanted to say today. So hopefully this video is helpful to some people. I know I kind of like went on different like paths of like talking about Barry and stuff outside of work and imposter syndrome and things like that. But hopefully this video helps some of you in some fashion. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.